I refuse to play the fake game.
What if I told you the worst betrayal Melody Shari ever experienced didn't come from her ex-husband during their messy divorce, but from the very TV show she helped bring to life? Sounds wild, right? But it's true. Things just got real. Melody Shari has officially taken legal action, and this time, it's not just aimed at Martell Holt, her ex-husband. She's also going after Carlos King, the executive producer, along with the production company behind Love and Marriage, Huntsville. According to her, they've been using her name, her story, and even her personal brand without getting her full approval or paying her fairly.
Look at, when you look at situations that people are in who decided to war against me spiritually or be used to war against me spiritually, I would pause when saying my name too.
And make no mistake, this isn't just some reality show drama created to boost ratings. This is real-life betrayal from people she once trusted deeply. So what exactly is she accusing them of? In short, Melody says they've been making money off her image while cutting her out of important decisions. She claims there were broken promises, shady contracts, and editing tricks used to twist the way she's been shown on screen. And after you hear everything that went down, you'll understand why she's no longer staying quiet about it. Let's take it back to the beginning to understand how all this started. When Love and Marriage, Huntsville was still in its early stages, Melody wasn't just cast on the show, she was one of the people who helped create it. Along with Martell, she brought the original concept to Carlos King.
I learned that in my silence, in my focusing on the bigger picture for me and my children and what God has for me, that's where my blessings come in.
The idea was to showcase powerful Black couples who were building businesses and family legacies in Huntsville, Alabama. Melody and Martell were supposed to be the faces of that vision. In fact, Melody had a big role in shaping what the show would be about in its early development. She genuinely believed she was building something meaningful, a show that would reflect her real life, her struggles, her achievements. But as time passed, she started noticing a shift. Suddenly, big decisions were being made without her input.
That I made statements of saying who I wasn't filming with or when, because I wanted to protect my peace. I've never been told of anybody saying they weren't filming with me. But I definitely said, different people that I didn't want to film with because I needed a break and I needed to be able to focus on my peace and make sure mentally that I'm good, period.
Scenes were being edited to make her look bad. And instead of focusing on the couple's growth and success, the cameras were zeroing in on her personal pain, especially the unraveling of her marriage. Despite being a major part of the show from the beginning, Melody says she wasn't being treated fairly. It wasn't just about the camera time, it was about respect, credit, and fair compensation. She felt like the show was using her pain as entertainment and giving her little in return.
So how has the transition into co-parenting been, and where are you guys right now?
Oh, it's been super tough and it still is super tough. And it's not because of me. I'm in a very good place. I'll be honest. I'm in a very good place. I surround myself with a lot of positive energy. I have no ill will, hard feelings about anything. I don't wake up every day thinking, how can I make this person's life miserable? I don't even think about other people. I think about my goals, what I'm trying to accomplish, and my kids. So I'm in that kind of a place. So it's like, okay, if you need X, Y, and Z. Okay, sure, whatever, not a problem. Like, things don't even bother or faze me. However, it has been difficult, I think, because he's so hurt by now seeing that it's really over and done. And he still says,
That's when the tension between her and Carlos King started to build. When the show first aired, audiences were introduced to Melody and Martell as the power couple running a real estate business, raising a family, and living in a beautiful home. But the reality behind the scenes was much messier. Even before the show started filming, Martell had already been cheating, and it wasn't just a one-time mistake. Melody was trying to keep her family together, raising her kids, and filming a reality series, all while quietly dealing with heartbreak. But the show didn't focus on her strength, it focused on her pain. Martell's affair became the central storyline. Instead of highlighting their business journey or any uplifting moments, the producers leaned heavily into the drama. Every time Melody cried, confronted him, or walked away from a painful situation, it made the final cut. But the moments where Martell was in the wrong? A lot of those didn't make it on air. Over time, the editing started painting a different picture. Martell went from being the unfaithful husband to the struggling dad trying to fix things. And Melody? She was made to look bitter, cold, and difficult. Fans started turning against her, saying she was overreacting or too emotional. But let's be real, where was that energy when she was the one being cheated on? Melody raised her concerns, but they were brushed off. She wasn't against being vulnerable on screen, she just wanted to be portrayed fairly. Instead, it felt like the producers were working overtime to make Martell look better while tearing her down. But it didn't stop there. Off camera, Melody discovered something even more disturbing. There were private meetings happening between Carlos King and Martell, meetings she wasn't invited to, even though the storylines they were planning involved her. That's when she realized she was being excluded from her own story. One of the most upsetting parts? Their children started being dragged into the drama. Melody had made it clear her kids were off limits. But suddenly, Martell was making comments about her parenting on camera, and the kids were being shown intense situations. Instead of protecting those boundaries, the producers let it slide. This wasn't just creative disagreement anymore, it felt like a personal attack. And while the show was making her emotional pain a plot point, Melody was trying to move on in real life. She started launching her own skincare brand, releasing music, getting booked for speaking events, and even drawing attention from other networks. But every time something good happened for her, something negative followed. Blog posts would appear, accusing her of being a diva or hard to work with. The timing always seemed suspicious right after a big career moment. Melody started noticing a pattern. Some people close to the situation claimed Carlos King and Martell were leaking information to bloggers, trying to control the narrative behind the scenes. Why would they do that? Simple: Martell needed to repair his image, and Carlos needed drama to keep people watching. Making Melody look unstable gave them both what they wanted. But it came at a cost. Some brand deals Melody had been working on were suddenly pulled. Others were delayed or cancelled. Businesses didn't want to work with someone being painted as difficult. Whether it was intentional or not, the damage to her reputation and income was real. And things really hit the breaking point during season 7. Producers wanted Melody to film a scene confronting another woman from Martell's past. After everything she had already been through, they wanted her to relive it again on camera. Melody refused. She drew a line, and instead of respecting it, the production team started treating her coldly. Communication stopped. Storylines were changed. Some even say they were setting her up to look bad again for not going along with their plans. That was it. Melody realized this wasn't just about reality TV anymore, it was about protecting her peace, her reputation, and her future. So she's not just venting online. She's taking legal action. According to what's been revealed, Melody is accusing the production of pushing false narratives that hurt her image, and she says it directly led to lost opportunities. She's seeking compensation for the financial and emotional damage she's experienced. She might also be asking the court to prevent them from using her image, name, or footage without her consent moving forward. If she wins, it could change the way reality shows treat their stars, especially when it comes to creators who helped build the platform in the first place. And now that you've heard everything from Melody's early involvement in the show, to the behind-the-scenes betrayal, the shady editing, the personal attacks, and now this major lawsuit, it all starts to make sense, doesn't it? This isn't just reality TV drama anymore. This is about a woman who helped build a platform, only to be pushed to the side, misrepresented, and possibly even sabotaged along the way. And what's wild is that all of this was happening while she was trying to rebuild her life. She wasn't just filming a show, she was raising kids, managing heartbreak, launching businesses, and doing everything she could to keep her peace. But instead of support, it feels like she was constantly being dragged back into chaos. Now, Melody isn't just clapping back on social media. She's handling it in court. She's not just asking for justice for herself. This lawsuit could actually set a bigger precedent for reality stars everywhere. Because think about it, how many other cast members, especially women, have their stories twisted and their images damaged just for ratings? How many creators get cut out of the projects they helped bring to life? If Melody wins this case, it sends a message. A big one. That reality TV networks and producers can't just use people, distort their truth, profit from their trauma, and then expect them to stay quiet. So here's the real question I want to leave you with. At what point does entertainment cross the line into exploitation? When does a storyline stop being good TV and start becoming someone's real-life pain being used for profit? Melody reached her breaking point, and whether you agree with everything she's done or not, you have to admit, she's standing up for herself in a major way. And she's not doing it for clout or attention. She's doing it because she's tired of being used, tired of being misrepresented, and tired of being silenced. This could be a turning point not just for Love and Marriage, Huntsville, but for the entire reality TV industry. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Melody should have walked away earlier? Do you think she was right to take legal action? And do you believe reality TV needs to change the way it handles its stars, especially when it comes to mental health, personal boundaries, and respect? Let's talk about it in the comments below. I'll be reading them and responding, so don't hold back. And if you want to stay updated as this lawsuit unfolds, because you know it's about to get even messier, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any updates. Because this isn't just another celebrity lawsuit, this is a fight for truth, fairness, and self-respect. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.